So my name's Sean Van Geyzel, and
my name's Mathew.
and we're part of the Casey Winter Arts Festival. I'm an actor, singer, production manager, lighting designer. Also happen to play the drums and piano, but currently I'm directing Susical.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to say I am anything when it's amateur theatre, you know, because we both have day jobs outside of this. But I think that's the thing about amateur theatre and amateur work is that you can try a bunch of different stuff. You know, you can be doing singing, you can jump in the band, you can be an actor, and you can get really good at whatever you're drawn to. Me personally, I saw an amateur production of West Side Story in Shepparton. That was probably, in hindsight, it was very average. But when I was like, you know, 6 or 7, I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, and I just so badly wanted to do that.
I was in Scouts growing up and was part of like a Scout show. That was kind of what got me into stage performing, and that was kind of where I learned how to sing, how to dance, well, not dance, but act. And then about 20 years ago, I saw an ad in the Herald Sun, ironically, for West Side Story. It wasn't the Shepparton production though, but it was in Frankston. And I went to the audition, and that was it. I was hooked. I was in community theatre then, and I did a bunch of shows down there. And then I've been with Windmill Theatre Company since 2008. So Windmill Theatre Company, we are a community theatre company completely run by volunteers. We've been running in and around the city of Casey for in excess of 50 years. I think we're up to about 53, 54. Started off as Western Port Theatre Company I think it started in Tooradin. It's been we've had bases at sort of Dandenong, but always, very southeast. And since 2018, we've been performing almost exclusively at Bunjil Place Theatre. We put on a large-scale musical theatre production every June. And every sort of January, February, we put on like a smaller production, either variety or we did a play.
Yeah.
We have up to 150 people working on any of our big productions. In every area, from actors, obviously. We've got musicians. Costume designers, costume sewers, set builders, all that sort of stuff. So it's a big group. We're probably one of the bigger theatre companies in Victoria, and we're really, I think we're very proud of the work that we do, and proud to be able to bring a high quality community theatre production to the people of Casey. So we're doing Susical the musical. It's a combination of stories of Dr. Seuss. It essentially kind of follows Horton Hears a Who, but it also has a bunch of other characters and stories kind of interwoven through it. There's a lot of references to, like Solar Salou and Green Eggs and Ham and the Grinch.
The Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, Cat in the Hat sort of kind of narrates the whole thing. It's full scale, like this is huge. It's an enormous production that we're putting on. Literally tens of thousands of hours are being poured into this. A lot of love, a lot of passion, and to be honest, a lot of talent as well. Our cast, which includes our leading man here, one of our leading men, playing Horton, and the cast are sensational. There is not one person that is not incredible.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the things I think I love about it the most, is you start with literally a blank sheet of paper and you go, right, we're doing a show. So we're doing Susical the musical, and we have complete autonomy to create whatever version of that we want. And we're creating it from scratch, and we're creating it with a bunch of people who are passionate about the things that they are good at and do for fun, because that is ultimately what draws us to it. We do it because it's fun. We don't do it because we hate it. We do it because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I just, from like because I'm the president of the company, sitting over the top and seeing 100+ people all working on their little bit and bringing it all together and just creating the magic, and then to see the audiences come in and just be, amazed by what you've created that didn't exist a year ago anywhere in the world and will never exist again. Because all of our shows, they are a one-off. We did Beauty and the Beast. That production and we get emails afterwards. When are you doing that production again? Is it coming on tour? No, they are just a window in time, and that's it. They exist for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You get one chance to see it. If you didn't see it, well, you missed it. And it's created from love and community. It's great.
Yeah, I just think it's important to put a piece of yourself into something to bring you joy.
I can honestly say that almost without exception, every single experience has brought me joy. You can transport an audience to this whole other world, like I said, that never existed before. And from a directing point of view, the experience of sitting in that audience and just hearing the little and the kids' voices and their eyes and all that stuff, and to know that that's something that you created is you can't get it anywhere else.
Yeah, I love the process. I like rehearsing. There's people in theatre who hate rehearsals, and I'm like, I love it. I like learning. I like working with other people. But you can do that in film and other places. Theatre is just it's like a roller coaster when you actually get to the performance. When you're in front of your audience, whether it's 50 people or whether it's 1,000 people, it can go so wrong so suddenly.
But once it's started, it's going. You can't get off.
And it's that adrenaline, that anxiety, that all those things that when you get to the end and you've done it, it's almost addictive. So yeah, I think theatre offers that real adrenaline rush and that euphoria that you just don't get from any other performance space.
It's I think what I love about it is that it's not like you just have to tell this story or a particular genre of story. We can pivot and change things up left, right and centre.
And you can see a version of yourself, a story being told that connects to you, which I guess is also why diversity in theatre is so important, and diverse stories and stuff like that, because I grew up seeing versions of my story being told, and that really helped me feel less like a outsider or an outcast or whatever. And I guess there's other kids who don't see themselves on stage, and I think all stories are important to tell.
To be able to go and escape for a couple of hours and just not have to worry. And I mean, you can do that watching a movie, I suppose, but there's something very, very different about watching the roller coaster ride happen in front of you on stage, and
with people,
with real people, and in a room filled with people. We had a long time where we didn't have people in rooms with us, so getting back to that, you're like, oh yeah, we really missed this, didn't we? It's so good. It is so good. Actually, do you know what? Honestly, when you say that, my head does actually go to Frozen. But then when I think about it, I'm like, well, for me, that actually is a great story for me, because that was right at the time when my kids were in that age bracket where that was, that hit. So, I've heard Let It Go more times than anybody needs to in their life. Look, yeah, that's a great story. But and seeing that translate onto stage, I saw it as a stage show. It was great. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Frozen.
It's a great answer. What's the Christmas movie with
Elf?
No. It's he's writing all the things on the paper and showing the lady in the apartment.
Yes. That is. Oh my God, Love Actually.
Love Actually. I only saw that 2 years ago for the first time. My girlfriend made me watch it. I was like, it's the greatest piece of film I've ever seen in my life. And I cried from start to finish.
Nice.
That or Die Hard, which I didn't cry from start to finish.